Hello, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Welcome, Dr. Hisham.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
would you please tell me that you can see the screen? Is it clear?
Yes, it's completely clear.
Amazing. You can see the PowerPoint now, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
PowerPoint is clear.
More people are joining us. Good morning. You can tell us where you're joining us from in the chat box. More people are coming. Okay. Alexandria, welcome, Nurhan. Ahmed from KFS. We have from Pakistan. Oh, amazing. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well and feeling excited for today's session. My name is Nashwa, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. Today, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you joining us for what promises to be a very insightful and engaging session, I think. And on behalf of the English Language Center at Forest University in Alexandria, which is the only private university in Alexandria with 12 faculties, I'm delighted to welcome you. Forest University serves around 14,000 students and offers a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs. And before we begin, I'd like to share a brief overview of the English Language Center, one of the 4 centers that provide services to PUA students. The ELC provides ESL courses to all undergraduate students. Each semester, around 4,000 students register to take their English classes with us. In addition, we are an officially accredited Cambridge Center, a CELTA Center, offering internationally recognized professional development courses such as the CELTA, Delta, and their respective preparation courses, as well as TKT and regular webinars. These programs are carefully designed to support educators in enhancing their teaching skills and professional growth. And if you're interested in our upcoming CELTA courses, you can scan the QR code on the screen to learn more about the next available rounds. As you can see, we have face-to-face, we have online, and we have blended CELTA courses. So you can take a screenshot if you're interested in joining us for your CELTA course. And here is how you can reach us. You can also take a screenshot of the QR code on the screen. And we are absolutely delighted to have you here and look forward to an enriching experience with our esteemed speaker, Dr. Hisham Abu Mustafa, who will be presenting his session titled Teaching the Music of English, Empowering ESL Learners Through Intonation Mastery. Wow, I love the title. We're confident it will be both invaluable and inspiring to us all. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. Hisham. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Nashwa. Good morning to all of you. It gives me much pleasure to be with you on this great platform. From Alexandria, you are broadcasting, and I love Alexandria so much. And I also love Ferris University and your POA.
Thank you.
It gives me much pleasure to be with teachers and to be with you in this webinar.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hisham. The pleasure is mine. Let me introduce Dr. Hisham for everyone. Dr. Hisham is a lecturer in critical discourse analysis and cognitive linguistics and the founder of Elite English Specialists Online Academy. He has over 15 years of academic experience in Egypt and Saudi Arabia, teaching university level courses in phonetics, discourse analysis, semantics, and translation. Amazing. Okay. He previously served as head of the Department of English Language and Translation at Qasim University, where he contributed to departmental and college level academic planning. Alongside his academic work, Dr. Hisham is an active content creator on YouTube and Facebook, aiming to make linguistics and English education accessible to learners across the Arab world. He has recently presented his work at Nile TESOL and the Irtiqa International Conferences. Dr. Hisham, the floor is yours. I'll stop screen sharing and you can share your screen. Dr. Hisham, you can share your screen now.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello. You can see the screen?
Yes,
Wa
it's
alaikum
clear.
assalam. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
My voice is clear?
Yes.
Miss Nashwa, why did you say yes?
What should
Did
I
I ask
say?
did I ask a question?
Yes, you did.
How?
I knew
I
from your
said,
intonation.
excellent. So intonation, can it change meaning and the grammatical function?
Yes.
Also, our attendees said yes when I say you can see the screen. Although you can see the screen is grammatically, the structure is a declarative sentence or interrogative sentence. You can see the screen. This is declarative or interrogative sentence. Please write. Declarative. Excellent. So why did you understand it as a question? As Miss Nashwa said, your intonation, but not my grammar. Okay? If I want to make it an interrogative sentence, I would say, can you hear me? Is my voice clear? So this is what? This is interrogative sentence. So I can use intonation to change the grammatical meaning, right? So I can use intonation to change the function of the sentence without it changing its grammatical structure, right? Okay? You understand this point? This point is clear? Okay. Okay, so you respond simultaneously and intuitively to my question, although it's not grammatically structured as a question, as interrogative sentence, okay? So intonation. I'd like you to watch this video okay? Just few seconds, and tell me the importance of intonation from this video, okay? You can.
LSLM, Lickum Orchem, LH Wuberg. Welcome to this special journey of empowering ESL learners through intonation mastery. Today we'll discover how intonation, the rise and fall of our voices, gives power and meaning to our English communication. As Dr. Hesham often says, fancy reading an essay without punctuation? That's the power of punctuation and intonation combined. Intonation helps us express feelings, ask questions, and sound natural. For many Arab learners, mastering intonation bridges the gap between textbook English and real-world communication. Imagine saying really, surprised versus really, bored. The meaning changes completely just by changing your voice. Many ESL learners from Arab countries face challenges like speaking with a flat or monotonous tone, using Arabic intonation patterns in English, and feeling shy or uncertain when speaking. But don't worry, let's see how to rise above these challenges. To improve intonation, we can use fun and modern techniques, drama and role play to practice natural expression, karaoke-style intonation.
Or prop to see and hear your pitch. Visualize your pitch with arrows, gestures, and colors. This helps link voice and meaning.
Mastering intonation gives you more than just good pronunciation. It builds self-confidence, clarity, and respect in every conversation. You'll feel empowered to express yourself naturally and authentically. Meet Fatima, a learner from Saudi Arabia, who used intonation mastery to shine in her job interview. Her confidence and clarity impressed the interviewers. And she got the job. You can do it too. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. Wow, that's amazing. Excited. Really? Surprised. Are you coming? Question. Feel the rise and fall of your voice like a wave on the sea. Remember, intonation is the music of your voice. Practice, experiment, and enjoy the journey of speaking English with heart and soul. You are the future. Your voice matters.
Okay.
Shkran, LKM, and
Can
happy.
summarizes the importance of intonation. What's the importance of intonation? According to this video, what's the importance of intonation?
To convey our emotions?
Yes, to convey our emotions. So intonation can convey emotions, not just for better pronunciation. It can convey emotions. Excellent. It can change the meaning, okay, of what I'm going to express. As we said, we can make statements, we can make questions, we can show that we want to add something, we want to stop, okay? So intonation is a very powerful tool in communication. It's not just better pronunciation. It's not just for better pronunciation, okay? Also, intonation can show differences from culture to culture, okay? So I should know how to speak using the correct intonation pattern. What's the meaning of intonation? Intonation refers to the melody of a speech, okay? Characterized by rising and falling pitches. It conveys the speaker's intentions and emotions, serving a substitute for punctuation in spoken language. What do you think of punctuation in writing? Can we write without punctuation? Do you think that we can write a paragraph or an essay with no punctuation marks? What do you think? It would be understandable? Of course, no. We cannot write without punctuation. Punctuation is very important for communication, okay, in writing. the same thing. Intonation is very important in oral communication. It functions as punctuation. Okay? Intonation helps listeners understand if a speaker has finished speaking, is asking a question, or expressing a feeling such as anger, surprise, or sarcasm. So, intonation is very important part of communication. I cannot communicate using vocabulary without speaking has a body. Intonation is the soul of this speech. It gives life to your speech, to your oral presentations and public speaking. David Crystal emphasizes that intonation refers to the rise and fall of pitch in a speech, affecting prosody and contributing to meaning beyond individual sounds. You're going, consider the sentence, you're going. Falling intonation. It means that I assert that you're going. It's a statement, okay? The speaker is confirming that the person is going. You're going. You're going. Its function is declarative sentence. Its grammatical function is declarative sentence. Okay? Rising intonation. You're going. You're going. Although it have the same body, the same structure, the same words, like in number one, but the meaning changes because of what? Because of rising intonation. You're going. This is a question. The speaker is surprised or seeking information. You're going. Okay, so this is a question. Okay, although I didn't change the structure of the sentence, making inversion, for example, I didn't do this. Okay. Okay, please listen carefully and tell me, do you hear the word yeah? Yeah. It would be said with different intonations, okay, with different pitches and with different emotions to express the speaker attitudes. Can you feel the difference? Although it's the same word, just one word.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, you can
Yeah.
notice the different meanings, emotions, which reveal the speaker's attitudes, different attitudes, although it's just one word. Yeah. Okay? But different attitudes, different meanings, different emotions can be expressed. Okay? So using intonation carefully and appropriately can change meaning, can convey a lot of emotions. Okay? What are the intonation patterns? What are the intonation patterns? Number one, folding intonation. Folding intonation. Lower your voice at the end of the sentence to produce a folding intonation. To lower your voice at the end of the sentence, this is called folding intonation. As if your voice is fading away. Okay? So this is called folding intonation. This intonation is used for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's used for expressing statements. It's like a full stop in writing or a period in writing, okay? So following intonation here is used in simple sentences that are not questions. For example, my name is John. It's nice to meet you. Have a nice day. Listen, please.
Falling intonation. Lower your voice at the end of the sentence. Falling intonation is used in statements, sentences that are not questions. Sentences for practice.
My name is John.
It's nice to meet you.
Have a nice day.
I'm going outside.
You would notice
I'll be
that
back in a minute.
the voice folds at the end. Folds at the end. Okay, the pitch. Okay, folds at the end. Okay, so I can raise my pitch or lower it. This, a change of pitch, this is the intonation. Okay, when we say a monotonous person, a monotonous speech, means that I use just one tone or the same pitch all over my speech, like this. Lower your voice at the end of the sentence to produce a falling intonation. I didn't change my pitch at all. So this would make us go to sleep. Okay? This is called monotonous. Comes from monotone. Monotone. You are using just one tone all the time. You don't express anything. You don't express emotions as if you are a robot. And even robots these days can use better intonation. Okay? So number one, we can use falling intonation for what? For expressing a statement. Okay? Rising intonation, raise the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence to create rising intonation. Rising intonation is used in yes/no questions. For example, did you see it? Did you see it? This is what a yes/no question. Okay, so in yes/no question we use rising intonation. This is very important. Did you work yesterday? Does he know about it? Can you call me at 5? Is it good? Is that it? Excuse me? Really? Really? Okay.
Sentences for practice.
Did he work yesterday?
Does he know about it?
Can you call me at 5?
Is it good?
Okay. Okay. You can see the screen now. Hello, you can see the screen now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
Sentences for practice.
Did he work yesterday?
Does he know about it?
Can you call me at 5?
Is it good?
Is that it?
Excuse me?
Really?
Okay, although excuse me is not an interrogative sentence, the form is not the form of a question, but using the rising intonation means that excuse me means, huh? Can you repeat it? Okay, can you repeat it? Really, really, with the rising intonation means that I'm asking you about the reality of what you said, okay? So using intonation here is very important in speaking. It's more important than the structure of the sentence itself, okay? The grammatical structure. Sentence pairs for practice. The following question pairs contain both rising and falling intonation. How can we distinguish between rising and falling? Okay, here we have yes, no questions and the question word questions. Question word questions. Okay, so in yes, no question, we use rising intonation, but in question word questions or WH questions, we use falling intonation. Okay, this is clear? Do you teach? What do you teach? You notice the difference? Do you teach? What do you teach? Yes, no questions. Rising intonation. Question word question, WH question, falling intonation. So using the correct or appropriate intonation pattern is very important. Okay, sometimes we don't know the intonation pattern, so we can confuse the listener. Okay, what's the intention of saying this? Okay, so it's very important.
Sentence pairs for practice. The following question pairs contain both rising and falling intonation, depending on whether they contain a question word or if they're yes-no questions. The first question of the pair has rising intonation, and the second has falling intonation. Sentence pairs for practice. Do you teach?
What do you teach?
Did you see the movie?
When did you see the movie?
Do you know that guy?
How do you know that guy?
Did you buy the car?
Where did you buy the car?
Do you work there?
Why do you work there?
Okay, that's great. Non-final intonation is used in words and phrases that are listed in series. It's like comma. Non-final intonation is used like commas. Do you know commas? The voice rises at the end of each item, but falls with the final item, like full stop. Okay? I like football, basketball, tennis, and golf. So here I use rising intonation to show what? Hmm? To show what? Show that I haven't finished my list yet. Please don't interrupt me. This means that I'm going to continue. So I don't want you to interrupt me, okay? I'm taking math, biology, French, and history. So when I finish my list, I use falling intonation. But as long as I'm adding to my list, I should use rising intonation. So rising intonation here replaces commas, these commas. Because in writing we use commas, but in speaking, we cannot use commas in speaking, right? Listen carefully, please.
Non-final intonation is used in words and phrases that are listed in a series. The voice rises at the end of each item and falls with the final item.
Okay. Wavering intonation is used for expressing specific emotions or attitudes. You know, wavering, okay? So within a word, there is a change in the pitch, okay? It shows wavering intonation, okay? Change in your emotions. We can say them 5 different ways depending on the emotions of you did. Okay. How can you say you did in order to express different emotions? Different emotions. Although we didn't change the structure of the sentence and the vocabulary, the lexis. Okay.
Let's start with the
Okay.
words you did. We will say them in 5 different ways depending on the emotion or intention. Curious.
You did?
Very surprised.
You did?
Disappointed.
You did?
Angry.
You did?
In agreement.
You did.
Now, let's say the expression, thanks a lot, in 3 different ways, changing the
Okay,
intonation
so
each
you
time.
notice that in each time I want to communicate something different. So you did, this means that I'm curious. I want to know more about this. Okay. You did, very surprised. You did means unbelievable. You did. It means I'm disappointed. Oh my God, you did it. Anger. Anger. I can express anger. You did. Okay. You did. This is agreement. Okay. And it means well done. So, of course, in each time, I express different feeling. It's not just intonation for better pronunciation, but it can express a lot of feelings. It can change the pragmatic meaning of the sentence. It can change me from being polite to being impolite, from being sensitive to being insensitive. Okay, so if I want to welcome someone or to show unwelcoming remark, I cannot change the words, but I can change my way of saying it. Intonation from a pragmatic perspective. Of course, while teaching your students, we don't teach them just the meaning of words, but we teach them how to be polite in speaking, how to communicate better utterances, not just to communicate meaning in whatever way. But of course, we take care of cultural perspectives. So we need to be polite with one another. We don't want to be brutal or to be pertless. Intonation refers to how variations in pitch across an utterance convey speaker meaning beyond the literal words. Beyond the literal words. I don't change the words, but I change the way of saying them. So meaning and emotions and intentions are completely changed, including emotions, intentions, politeness, and interpersonal stance. It functions as a paralinguistic and discourse level cue. Discourse level cue. It's not a change in the words themselves, but a change in the intentions of discourse that guides listeners in interpreting the speaker's communicative purpose, especially when lexical content is ambiguous. Even sometimes we cannot understand the meaning of a conversation when this conversation is transcribed. It's written, just written. Why? Because I don't know how it was said. In discourse analysis, we say how something is said is part of what is said. How something is said is part of what's said. How you say something, okay, is a very essential part of its meaning. It's not just the meaning of words. So when you write, you are welcome. It means what? This is a welcoming remark, but I didn't listen to it. So if you say it with intonation, with an unwelcoming intonation, of course, the meaning would change totally. So when I say, you're welcome, when I see someone, you're welcome. But when I say, you're welcome, of course, I'm not welcoming. Although I didn't change the words, but I changed my intention, my stance, my attitude, by just changing the way of saying it. So it's very important. Intonation from a pragmatic perspective, and here pragmatic perspective means the politeness, the intention of the speaker. So pragmatic means the intention of saying something. Okay. Intonation provides cues about the pragmatic force of utterances. What's the meaning of pragmatic force of utterances? Means why I say this, the force behind saying something. Okay. Distinguishing between statements, commands, and requests, and indicates the speaker's stance toward what is said. Discourse intonation. Frazell proposed that intonation is used to manage information flow in discourse and negotiate speaker-hearer relationships. Falling tones assert dominance or finality. When I use most of the time falling tones, this means that I'm assertive, I'm giving orders. I don't wait for communication or for asking you to express your opinion. Rising tones signal dependence, openness, or turn continuation. So I want you to be responsive. I want you to share with me your opinions, okay? Like now, I'm speaking and alone, okay? And I don't like this, by the way, to speak alone or to give information without listening to my attendees or my participants. But inshallah, at the end, I'm going to give you the chance to ask and to, if there were time, to participate. Okay? So, for example, in discourse analysis, we analyze recordings between a husband and a wife. Okay? And we record the intonation, how the husband is speaking. The husband is speaking with falling intonations all the time. So he doesn't give a chance for his wife to speak or to give opinion, because these are assertive confirmations. Or does he use rising intonations and allows his wife to speak? Okay. And also the wife, does she speak assertively or she speaks openly in order to give her husband space to speak? So understanding intonation can make us understand the scores, okay, in communication, not just the meaning of words. So when we analyze discourse, we say that we understand, we analyze it in conversations, we analyze multimodal discourse, in the sense that I don't analyze the transcript, but I analyze the speech itself, the spoken gestures, the intonation, the stress, the hesitation. Okay, even hesitations are very important. When I hesitate, this means that I want to communicate some doubt. Okay. According to Gumpel, cross-cultural pragmatics show that intonation mismatches in intercultural communication. Using flat tone in polite requests often lead to pragmatic failure, misinterpretation of a speaker intent. When I request something using a flat tone, could you give me a pen? Could you give me a pen? No change in pitch. This means that there is disinterest. Okay? It's not a real request. Although I didn't mean this, but I don't know how to express the request. I just use the words, but without using appropriate intonation. Okay? You understand my point? So sometimes the way of speaking so makes someone accepts your request. I cannot refuse your request in this way. But sometimes when you ask for something abruptly and without the appropriate intonation, as if it were a command, as if it were something I'm obliged to do, I refuse. Why? Because it's not a request. You show me that this is an obligation. I didn't mean this. This leads to confusion. I didn't mean this. I thought that I can use it in the same way I speak in my language. So I thought that this is the best way to do this. Okay, so miscommunication is not just in the choice of vocabulary, but the choice of intonation. Okay. Effective strategies for teaching English intonation. At schools, how can we teach English intonation. Of course, intonation, as you know, is part of communication, part of speaking. So I cannot teach it with just some rules, written rules. Okay? I should train my students, to use it. First of all, we have challenges faced by ESL students in Egypt. I'm talking about Egypt, but of course, in non-native languages, in non-native speakers, okay, it's the same thing. But in Egypt, English is not only a second language, but it's a foreign language. We don't speak English outside the classrooms. Most of the time, we don't speak English, okay? It's rarely spoken outside or practiced outside the classroom. So students don't practice. So this is a big problem. They study it at school, but they don't really practice English in real life situations. Okay. Several factors can make learning English intonation challenging for ESL students. First, language interference. First language interference. The interference of your mother language. The intonation patterns of Arabic, the native language students, differ significantly from those of English. So sometimes we think that when we express something as if it were in Arabic, okay, using the same intonation in Arabic, so we think that the receiver of or the listeners can understand us. But of course, they may misunderstand our message, okay, because intonation differs from Arabic into English, okay. Limited exposure, as I told you, that many students in Egypt don't practice English outside school, okay, with native speakers. So they are not obliged to use English, okay, and authentic spoken English, making it difficult to acquire accurate intonation patterns. Focus on grammar and vocabulary. I think this is not only in Egypt, this is all over the world. We focus as teachers, we focus on grammar and vocabulary for exams. So traditional English teaching focuses on grammar and vocabulary because exams are written. So we prioritize grammar and vocabulary over punctuation and over pronunciation and intonation, leaving students ill-equipped to handle the nuances of spoken English. Okay. So most of the time we are talking about written exams. We are talking about MCQs. We are talking about grammatical differences. But we don't speak about the intonation, the pronunciation, and how this can change meaning, like grammar, like punctuation, like writing. Okay, so it's very important to study and to tell my students that intonation and pronunciation are equally important. Okay? How can we face these challenges? Raising awareness, contrastive analysis, explicitly compare and contrast English and Arabic intonation patterns to highlight the differences and potential areas of interface. Listening activities. We can show them listening activities, use authentic audio and video materials, movies, TV shows, podcasts, to expose the students to a variety of English accents and intonation patterns. And ask them, what do you think of this way of saying, of speaking? Is it polite? Is it impolite? Okay. What is the intention of the speaker? Is he speaking seriously or mockingly? Recording recordings and transcription. Have students listen to recordings of native speakers and transcribe the intonation patterns using symbols or visual aids necessary to effectively teach English intonation. So when you listen, you would say, oh, this is rising intonation. This is falling. This is rising. So you can use these arrows for showing rising and but through listening. So they can transcribe what they listen to. Okay. Practical exercises, repetition and mimicry. Encourage students to repeat and mimic English phrases and sentences, focusing on imitating the intonation patterns of native speakers. For example, ask them to listen to different ways of saying something, okay, and ask them to use the same phrase to express different feelings as we practiced here, okay? So, for example, when I say, you are serious, you are serious, so here I mean that I'm not convinced that you are serious. I'm doubting this. But when I say, you're serious, you're serious. So here I confirm this, that you're serious. I know that you're serious. So you can show different emotions using different intonations. So we ask students to practice this, to repeat, okay, and mimic native speakers. Chunking and chanting. Utilize chunking and chanting techniques to practice intonation and rhythm in a fun, engaging way like this, okay? So you can use intonation and rhythm in order to show fun. Chunking means to divide into slice into parts, okay, divisions, and chanting as if you are singing something. Role playing. Engage students in role playing activities where they can practice using different intonation patterns to express various emotions and intentions. So I can take the part of a doctor asking my patient, and the patient is responding and expressing fear, and the doctor is expressing reassuring. So these role-playing games can make students practice and engage in activities that to improve their intonation. Also, Pratt software, you can use Pratt software, Pratt, to provide visual feedback on students' intonation, allowing them to see and adjust their patterns. Okay. Utilizing technology. Mobile-assisted language learning. Also, I can use mobile-assisted language learning. Integrate mobile apps such as Speakometer. Speakometer is a very helpful application that can show the students that they are using English effectively and communicatively. And it shows something like a meter, okay, like a meter to show the degree of correctness. It's interactive. Artificial intelligence, AI chatbots, employ AI to provide immediate feedback on students' pronunciation and intonation. You know, for example, like Elso Speaks, this also is very useful because when you communicate, you have feedback on your pronunciation, your intonation, and so on, okay? I'd like to thank you all for listening attentively and for helping me with your participation, your feedback. And of course, I'd like to thank PUA for giving me this a chance to be with you today from different nationalities and from different countries. I hope that you can give me feedback And also, I'd like to listen to your questions if Ms. Nashwa allows us. I'd like to listen to.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hisham, for this insightful and inspiring presentation. We truly appreciate your time and expertise. Now, I would like to open the floor for any questions. So if you have any, please feel free to unmute your microphone or write your question in the chat box, and we will be happy to address them.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Dr. Hisham, we have a question from Mr. Ahmad Modi. He wants you to suggest a reference about the errors and mistakes Arab learners do when they pronounce English.
Is it a reference for the mistakes Arab learners use? Yes. Actually, there are books for this, but it would be contrastive, something like contrastive phonology, books in contrastive phonology to show the difference between English and Arabic. Okay, but I have a lecture, and I hope that one day I can give it. I have a lecture on this point for Arab learners. What are the commonest mistakes in pronunciation for Arab learners? And I gave it like I collected or compiled all the commonest mistakes we do and how to correct these mistakes. Okay, so inshallah we can give this presentation one day because
Okay.
books are written. Okay, so I think that to read about the contrastive phonology, it would be very difficult to read about it without real examples, spoken examples. I think it wouldn't be productive. But of course, one of the commonest mistakes, for example, is the pa and ba. If you don't practice the pa and ba, or you don't say it, you may not be accepted in an interview because of this mistake. Why? Because in all interviews, they are focusing on this, pa and ba. Arabs cannot distinguish between pa and ba, so they are waiting for your mistake. So whenever you go to an interview, think of this carefully, not to make this mistake. Okay? Yes. But of course, there are other mistakes, and also intonation is one of these problems.
Yes, Dr. Hisham, there is another question.
Yes.
Uh, the question is that L1 or the first language interferences also occur in code switching. Does this happen?
Yes, of course. In code switching, sometimes we use some words from English while we're speaking Arabic in order to communicate something, because we don't want to say it in Arabic, okay, or in my language, or I want to be polite sometimes. But sometimes I don't use the exact word in English or the correct word in English, or don't pronounce it correctly. Okay. So in code switching, sometimes, yes, there are problems in code switching while we are speaking Arabic, or while we are speaking Arabic, sometimes we use some English words, okay, and we think that they have this meaning in English, okay? So sometimes we cannot choose the best way, the best word. Switching, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Do you have any other questions, any other comments? Type. Can I ask you to participate, just to participate, to anyone who can read with me this part, to participate with this part? Just to check your understanding. You can see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. I want someone to read number 1 and to compare between them. Please introduce yourself. Can I choose? Or Miss Nashwa, you can
No,
choose?
sure. Go ahead. Choose.
Miss Nurhan Khalifa is raising her hand. Okay, Miss Nurhan, can you speak?
Yes. Hello, doctor.
Hello. Miss Nurhan,
Well,
you're
the
an
first
English
one, sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
you are an English teacher?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you distinguish between these two sentences? Number 1.
Do you teach? What do you teach? Do you teach? What do you teach?
Yeah.
I can tell that the first question here, it
Yes.
ends with a rising intonation. Why the second question ends with a falling intonation?
Yes. Can you
The
explain
first
them?
one is no question, but the second one is a WH question.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, who else? Who else can participate?
We still need 4 more, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Just try. Now number 2.
Okay, can I go ahead and give it a try?
Okay.
Okay, the first question is, did you see the movie? And the second one is, when did you see the movie?
Excellent. When did you see the movie? Where did you see the movie? Of course, the first is
The first
right.
one is rising intonation and the second one has a falling intonation.
Yes, excellent. Because the first one is
A yes or
no.
no, yes or no question, and the second one is a WH question word.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much.
Anyone else wants to participate?
Yes, please try.
Assalamu alaikum. I think so, sir.
No. Can you introduce yourself, please?
By the car is falling.
Can you introduce yourself, please? Hello. Hello.
I think she has a problem with the microphone.
Yes.
Anyone
Okay.
else?
Anyone else wants to participate?
Habir. We have Habir
Yes.
Mustafa.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, number 3. Do you know
Yes.
that guy? Rising intonation, because it's yes or no question.
Yes.
And the second part, how do you know that guy? It's WH questions, so it's a falling intonation.
Excellent. But
How?
how do you know that guy? How do you know that guy?
Yes.
To show the falling intonation like fading away. The voice is fading away. Okay. How do you know the guy? We use here falling intonation.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Great, Miss Sabir. You are also an English teacher?
Yes, I am.
And you are Egyptian, I think.
Yes. Thank you for the session. Thank you.
Most welcome. Anyone else? It's not a must to be Egyptian to speak, by the way. Anyone can speak. Huh? Who else wants to speak? Communicate.
We have Nurhan once again.
Once again.
Yes.
Can I?
Okay.
Well, number 4. Did you buy the car?
And the second, where did you buy the car?
Where did you buy the
First
car?
one is,
Okay, that's great, but I want it to be faster.
okay, did you buy the car? Where did you buy the car?
Yes, that's great. Excellent. Do you work there? Why do you work there?
Yes.
I learned law or law so well. The day I graduated, I sued the college, won the case, and get my tuition back. What do you think? We have rising, 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 falling. Who can read this in this way, showing the commas, okay, and the full stop?
Abir is raising her hand.
Here. Okay.
Say the first sentence. Can you please close the screen, the black screen?
Okay.
Yes. I like football, basketball, tennis, and golf.
I like football.
Last football, yes, they are rising, the three of them. And then the last one falling.
Okay, but when you
I
say
like
it, I like football, basketball, tennis, and golf.
and golf, yes.
Okay, Ms. Abir, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Huh? Anyone else? If you cannot raise your hand, please speak. Just speak.
Can I give it a try for number 2 again?
Number. Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay. So I'm taking math, biology, French, and history.
Excellent. What's the importance in these series of words? What's the importance of using intonation here? Do you know the importance of this in conversations? Huh? Anyone can answer? Mr. Hamdi Hussein, do you want to speak? You open the mic. Do you want to speak? Okay. Actually, it's very important for politeness in communication because, you know, if I use falling intonation, this means that I have finished my talk. So someone else may interrupt you. Okay. Yeah, for example, Ms. Nashwa, please, can
Yes,
you read
sure.
one?
Number 1?
Yes, but with falling intonation.
With
Mistakenly, you didn't
okay. All of them?
finish. No, number one, just yes, number one.
Okay. I like football, basketball,
For example,
tennis.
you are thinking after football. I like football. Here I can interrupt you. Read it again and think after it.
Okay. I like football.
What else do you like? Is it only football? Here I interrupted you, although you don't mean that you would stop.
Yes.
Okay, you haven't finished your talk, but you gave me a mistaken gesture that this is the end of my talk because I cannot see full stop. I cannot see commas. In your speech, I
Yes.
cannot see commas. So when you say, I like football, and you're thinking, so I can interrupt you and say, only football, what about? So here you wrote on your CV that you like different things. Why only football? You give me the remark, okay, the mistaken remark that you have finished. Okay, so
Yes.
this would lead to
Mis
miscommunication.
and misunderstandings. Yes.
Yes, misunderstanding in conversations. Okay, so
Yes.
it's very important in order to be polite and not to have interruptions, because interruption is a sign of impoliteness. When we interrupt people, okay, and cut their turns in conversations, this is not polite. But sometimes this happens mistakenly because of misunderstanding. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any comments, any questions, anything unclear?
Thank you so much. I just have one more thing, please. We
Yes.
kindly ask everyone to take a moment to fill out the feedback form. I have sent it in the chat box, and they can follow the link from the chat box, because it's very important to us, because your thoughts help us improve and plan future events, of course. And before we conclude, if you don't have anything else, we have finished, right? We're done?
Yes, we have finished. Yes.
Okay, so I would like to invite everyone to turn on their cameras for a collective photo with our speaker, Dr. Hisham. It's okay. Is it okay? Would you please, Dr. Hisham, stop sharing the screen so that only the pictures of everyone is showing? Okay, when we are ready, when everyone is ready, just tell me. Hello, Irina. Would you please turn on your cameras? Okay. It was amazing having you all today with us. Thank you once again for joining, and we hope you found the session valuable, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Hisham. This was
Most
so
welcome.
informative.
Thank you
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.